Okay, fire away. Whoa.
I always thought Joel able looked so bad when he was going off. And what happened? He was able to come back and play so well.
Yeah. Obviously, they assessed him at halftime, and there was, they didn't, no swelling, no damage, none of that kind of stuff. They wanted to. Both of them said it should be okay to try it, and he wanted to try it in the second half, and he was okay. Now we'll have to, again, just like we do everybody, but every game we'll have to make sure we assess it again tomorrow morning and see what happens. But, you saw him, he looked fine.
So it was the knee that was
same knee, yep.
What
Yep.
did
you think of the job Tobias did defensively on Banchero?
Awesome. Right, really worked hard. Right, he really worked hard. I mean, you look at his kind of numbers; they look good, but the 7 for 24 really stands out. I thought he just worked, and got him to take some tough shots, and just kept staying with it. I mean, he's tough, and he'll take you to the basket. He's physical, but I think he got him into some areas where, we made him take some tough contested shots, and Tobias just kept working with him all night long. It was good, great job by him.
Is that something that you've noticed with him, from the beginning up until now, just the work he's put in or been on the defensive end, throughout the whole year?
I mean, listen, I think that's really key for us because he's kind of our one guy with kind of size and strength at that position. We got some other guys with size and length and stuff. We get a little lighter, from him, and maybe a little less physical at times, so it's important because there's a lot of teams that have that big, strong 3-man or 4-man that we need him to match up with, and we try to gear our scheme so he doesn't get switched off them much, right? So he ends up being on him a lot. He's done. I think again he's working. I think he's rebounding. All those kind of things, or at least blocking out and being an effective rebounder as part of the team defense and things like that. So I just glad he's playing really hard, and I love it. Yeah.
Since he's returned, Joel's taking a lot more threes per game than his averages. Is that an emphasis for him, or is that just something he's doing?
I think it's an emphasis. I think that first of all, he's a really good shooter, right? And I think that an offense that has a big that can space opens up a lot for a lot of people, makes coverages really tough. And I think again, you see some of those downhill layups by Kelly or Tyrese, or a lot of those are caused because they won't kind of come over, and they got to get a little bit more worried about him hitting them for 3, right? So yeah, it's good. He's a really good 3-point shooter, so obviously we want him to take more.
Well, obviously was playmaking a ton in the first half especially.
Yep.
Is that sort of, when you sat down with Joel after taking the job, about what this has to look like to make a deep run, is this an example of maybe what your vision looked like together?
Yeah, I mean, again, I tell you, we work on this stuff every time we have practice. It's one of our focal points of what are we doing, where they're coming from, and who's cutting where, and who's respacing and all that stuff. So it was really good to see. The first one of the game was Tobias feed, cut right to the rim, get it right back and lay it in. You just got to be able to make them pay, I think, either at the rim or with a 3-ball if they're going to send 2. So I thought there were conceptually, we did a lot of good things with that, cutting, spacing, catching and shooting, etc. And I think there was a good variety of where Joel was. Right, I think even late in the game we finally posted him on the block. We did it 3 or 4 times in the first half, and obviously they were doubling. And it's almost like we hadn't done it for so long. They almost were late on their scheme that they had put in. So I think it's good that just kind of goes to the versatility of the different things he's doing. Yeah.
Coach, you've been talking about April, May, and June since back in October.
Yep.
I know you don't want to get ahead of yourself, but to be undefeated so far in the month of April, are you a little proud
of
the way?
How many is it? 3?
Well, it's 7 since March 31st.
Oh, okay.
So 6
That's
in
pretty
April.
good. Yeah, let's keep it going. Now I said before the game, we're trying to win each night, and we'll play these guys as many minutes as we need to, whatever we feel the game calls for. and we'll use whatever we got to use defensively or offensively to try to get a win. We'll try to do the same thing on Sunday.
Playing 5 minutes, you mentioned
Yep.
you wanted to increase his minutes. Where are things at with him physically?
Well, I thought he looked fine physically. Again, just got a kind of a 10-man rotation, 11-man rotate. We even tried to sneak Mo in there because we thought maybe he had a better matchup. Just again, I thought Kelly was playing so well, Tyrese was playing. I mean, sometimes it's hard to get him in there. Certainly would love to sit here and say Melt got 15 minutes again tonight like we'd planned, but it just didn't happen tonight. But I thought he looked good, moving good. Hopefully Sunday we'll give him a chance.
Did you have time to think about the possibilities of Joel walking off like that, or was there not enough time?
Well, I again, like always, I mean, we sub in and at halftime, they got him in the training room and we're trying to decide what we're doing if he's not coming back, and we kind of made a decision that if Wagner started because Carter was out, Mo would be Mo's matchup. The two Mo's would go at it, and if they started another way, then Paul would start. So we talked about it because again they said he was going to go out and test it a little bit. So yeah, we thought about it. But again, it's like we've played so many games, like we just gotta do what you gotta do, right?
You mentioned Oubre playing really well
Yep.
tonight, and just how important is him kind of emerging as this consistent downhill driving threat and for you guys as the season progressed and through Joel's injury, now still something you can rely on?
Yeah, I mean, I think it just gives us again a little bit more variety. Somebody else that can do something positive at the rim, in the paint. I liked he had a great dump off to Paul Reed for a dunk. Like he only had 2 assists tonight. I know he's been having kind of some games with 5. It's like, to me, then he's really like reading and playing, like he's moving it around because, I mean, they're only going to watch you go downhill and lay it in so many times before they start sending help to see if you're going to find the other guys. So, again, pretty happy with his development right now of what he's seeing.
I know it's early to say this. Obviously, you're just done tonight, but how much of Sunday are you going to be in tune with what's going on in other matchups, and how it might involve where you're going to play your guys in the sense of minutes and all that going forward? Because you may play Wednesday night as opposed to the next weekend.
I don't think it'll matter too much. I think we'll again treat it as a must-win game. We're still trying to condition some guys. I don't think it'll matter too much. That's my answer for you right now. Just keep the rhythm going. Yep. Okay, everybody.